Hello, in this video I'm going to show the top tricks on the Redmi Note 14S. Alright, so let's begin. We can open up our settings first, and in here I'm gonna show you a few things. So first we can scroll down into the bottom until we find additional settings. And in here under the accessibility and the special features, I'm going to show you a few of them, simply a few features. So maybe let's begin with the gesture shortcuts. In here, as you can see, we have 5 of them, 5 shortcuts, and I'm going to show you how to use them and how they work. So the first and pretty known, I would say, the shortcut is simple. It's simply the power button, and holding it will open up the digital assistant. It's pretty common and well known, so if it's enabled, if you hold the power button, you can see that the Gemini, which is the AI assistant, launches. But in my case, I had to open it up, turn it up. So that's how this option works. It's pretty simple. We also have how to take a screenshot. The common and most well-known way to take a screenshot is, of course, volume down and power button, just like that. It is pretty common, but on this device we can perform a screenshot by simply sliding with the 3 fingers on our screen, just like that. Boom. And now, as you can see, the screenshot has been successfully taken. And next thing we have is the partial screenshot. So we need to press and hold with 3 fingers. I'll do it maybe on the home screen. So simply hold. Okay, and now using our finger, we need to select the area of the screen that we want to take screenshot of. So let's say I want only that part. Now release your finger. You can also change the shape. Below we can click on to start over. We can share with it, we can edit, or we can save. If you click on edit, in here you can simply draw anything that you want or enter text. And I mistakenly left it, so let's try once more. Simply select. Under the edit you can also add some text, draw anything, just like I have said. In here you can delete, and in here you can save your screenshot, and now it has been successfully saved. Let's get back into the shortcuts, and next thing we have is the launch camera. In here, if you defaultly, as you can see, it is turned off. If you turn it on, when we double press the power button right now, the camera should launch. So let's try it out. And sorry, the flashlight, not the camera, my bad. So now let's double tap the volume button. Sorry, the power button. Boom. As you can see now, the torch is on. Now I will double tap, and now it's turned off. So it works in both ways, as you can see. And it's a pretty cool feature, I would say. Let's get back into the gestures, and I left them. Okay. And the next thing is the launch. Okay, I misclicked. I wanted to show you the launch camera, and I click on turn on flashlight. And now let's click on launch camera. But you can have, as you can read right here, you can have the turn on flashlight feature and the camera feature at the same time enabled. So you need to choose. In here you can see that we need to replace it. So now when I will double press the power button, the camera should launch. And below we also have double press volume down when the screen is locked. We can also turn it on. So now let's try. Let's double tap the power button. Okay, now as you can see, the camera successfully launched. We can take some photos, and now it was when the screen is off. Now we double tap the volume down, and now also the camera launched, as you can see. Alright, so that when it comes to those gestures, let's get back into the additional settings, and below we have something called Quick Ball. If we choose to turn it on, now you can see that in here on that part of the screen something appeared. It is our Quick Ball. We need to tap on it to get access to it, but just give me a second, and I'll show you some other things. So let's get back into the gesture, not the gesture shortcuts, into the Quick Ball. And in here we have select shortcuts. And so the basic ones are back, screenshot, lock, menu, and home. As I open up the Quick Ball, you can see how it looks like, which icon is what. So those are three bars, 3 lines are the menu, the square is home button, scissors is the screenshot, the lock is the lock, and this arrow is to simply move back. And of course you can also change those shortcuts. For example, we want to change the menu, and we can select the Wi-Fi, mobile data, Bluetooth, silent mode, lock orientation, torch, long press the power button, clear cache, one-handed mode, or we can also select the apps. So for example, we will change the home button for the Chrome. Alright, and now I'll open up my Quick Ball. I'll click on Chrome, boom, and now as you can see, the Google Chrome successfully launched. So it's a pretty cool option, I would say. It's good for quick multitasking, and you can keep your favorite apps or features in one place under the Quick Ball. It is pretty cool, I would say. Alright, below we have a preferred gesture. We have tap or the swipe. So currently it's tap, so I need to tap right in here to launch the Quick Ball, but you can also select the swipe. Now let's simply wait until it disappears. Alright, and now I need to swipe to sorry, my bad. Not swipe to launch the Quick Ball, because if you want to enable it you need to tap anyway, but it's about navigating when the Quick Ball is launched. So now I need to tap on the icon to launch it. I'm going to show you that. So I tapped now on the screenshot, and it has been successfully taken, and now I will change it into the swipe, and now I will swipe and point at the screenshot. Now I will release my finger, and that's how the swipe option works. So you need to simply swipe into the feature that you want to select. Below we have option to hide automatically. In here you have a bunch of apps that you can enable or disable. Below move aside when full screen, you can it's currently enabled. Below stick to the edge after 3 seconds of inactivity. I suggest you should also turn it on, so it will mean that if you launch the Quick Ball after 3 seconds of inactivity, it will automatically hide on the edge of the screen. And we also have the wake up areas. We can select a custom one. And here you need to simply swipe and select the wake up area that you want. So this is the maximum and this is the minimum, so you can adjust it into your own preferences, but in my case I'm gonna leave it on the default. And also, if you want, you can enable to show it on the lock screen. And as you can see, it's still here. So the Quick Ball is definitely one of the coolest feature. Now let's get back into the settings. Also the additional. And in here, under the special features, we also have a few things that I want to show you. One of them is the memory extension. Currently it's only 4 gigabytes and it's set defaultly, so below you can read about it. Create additional RAM by occupying storage. Use this feature only when there's enough space available on your device. And I suggest you should you do it, change those options in here on your own. I'm just showing you that you have that possibility to do it, but of course everything you are doing here, it's on your own responsibility. And other cool thing is the floating window, and to do it we need to open up the sidebar, which is also a cool feature. Below you can see how to use the floating windows. You have a tutorial how to use it, so how to open them, how to resize, how to move and close, how to hide them, and how to minimize the app. But first we need to open up the sidebar. Currently it's disabled. Now we need to open it up. Okay, now it will work. You can now see on the screen that this thin little gray bar appeared, and that's the way how we can open it up. So simply drag. As you can see now, the sidebar is enabled, and let's try to open some app. Let it be, for example, let's say the notes as an example. Boom. And now we can see that it has been opened in the floating window. Now we also have a quick instruction. So if you are enabling the floating windows first time, you'll have a quick tutorial. Right now I'm gonna click on my floating window. In here, as you can see, I can do basically anything that I want. I can adjust the size of the window when I'm grabbing on the edge by grabbing this bar on the bottom of the floating window. As I scroll into the downside, and now when I release, it should launch in the full screen, just like that. Now let's open up it once more. Alright, as you click on those 3 dots right in here, you can also select it, for example, for the bottom of the screen and make it full screen, place it on the top of the screen, or we can tap to open a new window right in here, and now we have two notepads. All right. So basically that's how a floating window works. They are, in my opinion, really good for multitasking. Alright, and the last thing I'm going to show you are the developer options. In the developer options you have a bunch of things that you can adjust into your own preferences, but also I will tell you that you are doing this on your own. You will also see some informations in the developer settings that changing some of the options might cause that your phone will work worse. Yeah, so remember about it. But to open it up, open up your settings first, scroll down, sorry, don't scroll down, click on About Phone, and now click on, not the storage, my bad, click on certification, I guess. No, it's not here, as sometimes it is pretty well hidden. Alright, and I still cannot find it. Okay, no, not in here, but no, that's how you can open up the... Alright, so now I find it. Open up About Phone, the certification, sorry, not the certification, my bad, detail info, and we need to tap on the operating system version a few times until we can read that we are now a developer. Now we can go back. Once more, and now on the bottom under the additional settings we have the developer options, as you can see, and in here we have a bunch of options that we can adjust, but just like I have said, that are really important things, so you should read in the internet what you're actually doing in here, and what options you are changing, so you do it on your own. I'm just showing you that you can get access to those specific and hidden options. Alright, that's all in this video. Thank you all for watching. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, comment and subscribe.